Hey boys and girls, back again for the middle part of Amelia Bedelia Helps Out. So we left off yesterday where Amelia Bedelia and her niece were asked by Miss Emma to help out around the garden. And of course some of the silly things that she did, not what Miss Emma really had expected her to do. So we're continuing on where Amelia Bedelia and her niece are now back in the house, ready to have some lunch that Miss Emma had served for them. Amelia Bedelia and Emma sat in the house. My garden club is meeting here this afternoon. Please make a tea cake. I'll be glad to, said Amelia Bedelia. I do love to bake. Amelia Bedelia and Effie Lou ate their lunch. I wonder where she keeps her scraps, said Amelia Bedelia. I'll ask her. She went to Miss Emma's room. She came right back. We'll have to look for them, said Amelia Bedelia. She's asleep. They looked and looked. Here's a whole bag of scraps, said Effie Lou. Good, said Amelia Bedelia. Take some and we'll throw them to the chickens. I have to recall from yesterday why Miss Emma had asked and what she needed scraps for the chickens. They went out to the chicken pen. Effie Lou threw the scraps. The chickens came running. Look at that, said Amelia Bedelia. I never knew chickens liked to play. Aren't they funny, said Effie Lou. They sure are, said Amelia Bedelia. But I've got to get that tea cake made. So, of course, take a look at the scraps that they threw to the chickens, and then, of course, think about what Miss Emma really wanted Amelia Bedelia to give to them. I never heard of tea cake, said Effie Lou. Neither have I, said Amelia Bedelia. Then how can you make one, said Effie Lou. Well, said Amelia Bedelia, I know what tea is, and I know what cake is. I'll put them together, and I'll have tea cake. That's easy, said Effie Lou. Amelia Bedelia got a mixing bowl. She put a little of this and some of that into it. She mixed and she mixed. Now for the tea, she said. Amelia Bedelia opened some tea bags and mixed the tea into the batter. It looks awful, said Effie Lou. Different folks have different tastes, said Amelia Bedelia. She poured the batter into a pan. Soon the cake was baking. Amelia Bedelia began to mix another cake. What kind are you making now, said Effie Lou. Nut cake, said Amelia Bedelia. Miss Emma loves that. Finally the cakes were baked. Are you going to put icing on them, said Effie Lou. That's a good idea, said Amelia Bedelia. It will fancy them up. She mixed white icing and pink icing. You ice the tea cake pink, she said. I'll ice the nut cake white. They finished the cakes to put them away. Miss Emma came into the kitchen. The cake is ready, said Amelia Bedelia. It smells good, said Miss Emma. There's one more thing I want you to do. There's a bare spot in my front lawn. Please sow these grass seeds on it. We'll be glad to, said Amelia Bedelia. Come on, Effie Lou. They went out front. And again, another homophone. S-O-W. Miss Emma wants her to sow. Think about what that is. And take a look at what Amelia Bedelia and Effie Lou are doing. That spot is bare, said Effie Lou. Sure is, said Amelia Bedelia. She sat down and took 2 needles and some thread from her bag. She threaded the needles. Here is yours, she said. Now let's sew. Sew that Amelia is thinking of is S-E-W. Amelia Bedelia and Effie Lou sewed those grass seeds on the bare spot. Tie the ends together, said Amelia Bedelia. We don't want the seeds to fall off. They went into the house. Miss Emma was in the kitchen. Let's walk around some, she said. Show me what you've done. All right, said Amelia Bedelia. They walked by the chicken pen. Think about how Miss Emma will feel when she sees some of the crazy things that they did. Land sakes, said Miss Emma. What are those colored things? Scraps, said Amelia Bedelia. Those chickens did have fun. My quilting pieces, said Miss Emma. My good quilting pieces. Did you use the wrong scraps? Said Amelia Bedelia. Go get them, Effie Lou. Miss Emma walked to the garden. She stopped and stared. Those weeds? She said. Those big weeds? We got the biggest we could find, said Amelia Bedelia. Miss Emma looked at Amelia Bedelia. Thank goodness Sumter will be back soon, she said. Why didn't you stake the beans? We did, said Amelia Bedelia. There just wasn't much steak to give them. Show her, Effie Lou. Effie Lou held up a bush. There goes my dinner, said Miss Emma. She looked at the potatoes. I see the bugs are dead, she said. Dead, said Amelia Bedelia. Did we dust them too much? I'll get you some more. Miss Emma laughed and said, I can live without them. You've done enough. We enjoy doing it, said Amelia Bedelia. I've seen all I want to see, said Miss Emma. They all went inside. The ladies should be here soon, said Miss Emma. The table's set. The tea is made. You can put the cake on this tray. All right, said Amelia Bedelia. I'll let the ladies in, said Miss Emma. She left the kitchen. And that is the end of the middle of the story. So again, I'd like you to think about the characters, where the most important setting was for this section, and a summary telling what happened throughout the middle of the story. Also, if you'd like, you can share how Miss Emma was feeling when she saw all the things that Amelia Bedelia had done, when she had made lots of mistakes. I hope you enjoyed Amelia Bedelia Helps Out, and I will finish out with the last section, the ending, and share that with you tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you later. Bye.